Hi everyone, very happy to be recording another session for you. What I really want to talk about today is how we can manifest things in our life, or how can you actually live the life you want to live, okay? The life you desire. Now, if you really want to live in a certain way, there are a few things you need to consider. There are a few things you need to keep a check on, because they are like sort of parameters which are very important and which help you to evaluate whether you're going there and whether you're doing the right thing or no. So today I'm going to break down the process and look at the different things which are important for you to consider if you want to manifest the life you want to manifest. All right. So what's the first thing which is important? The first thing which is important is the conscious mind. Okay. The conscious mind is the one I'm using right now to communicate to you. So I'm very aware that I'm talking to you and what's going through my mind, and how is my emotion right now? How is my mental state? So these things, I'm very aware of them. All right. So that's the conscious mind. And then at a deeper level, we have the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind guides our actions, but it's not very obvious what is in the subconscious mind for most of us. For example, if you have been told that it's not a good thing to talk to strangers, that's I mean, when you were a child, that was being taught to you, so that gets into your subconscious. And when you're actually walking and meeting people in real life, even as an adult, you still have that reflex that you shouldn't be trusting strangers just because you were told that in the past. So it kind of got into your subconscious. Now, the subconscious mind records things which people tell you, things from your upbringing, and it also records the experiences you had in your life. So um, let's say you were emotionally manipulated a couple of years ago, and that makes you think that you can't trust people. So this experience was recorded into your subconscious, and it makes you believe that you can't really trust people just because of that one experience. And the problem with the subconscious mind is when things get recorded, we start to act in a certain way, which creates certain experiences. Now, if we're not aware of what's causing uh, us to act in a certain way and create the kind of experiences we're having right now, if we don't understand that, then we don't really know how to change our life. So it is very important to know what is in the subconscious mind. All right, so that you can actually rewire the brain once you know what is in there, rewire, recalibrate, so that you can create the kind of experiences you want in your life. Because if, for example, you have been attracting the same kind of person in your life and you really don't want to attract that kind of person, it's because in your subconscious mind, you probably think that you don't deserve better. Even if you think you want better, but if you feel deep down that you don't deserve better, you're going to end up attracting the same kind of person every time. So that's why it's very important to really know what is in the subconscious mind. And now the big question you're going to ask me is how do we know? Um, that comes to the next level. It's by observing your behavior, observing your belief system, your mindset. So what are the things you believe in? You need to write them down on paper. What are the key things you believe in? And what's your perception of the world? For some people, they may wake up and just look at the negative things in the world, the economic crisis, the pandemic, people manipulating each other, politics. So you can just look at the negative things. So that's your perception of the world. But on the other hand, you could wake up and be grateful for having family, be grateful for having food on the table, be grateful for having friends, be grateful for having a few people you can trust in your life, be grateful for being able to breathe, to eat, to walk, to talk, to feel. There are so many things. So these two are actually perceptions of life, and it's really what you want to makes it's really up to you to really make sense of whatever is happening. You can choose to be very gloomy and just look at the bad things, or you can choose to look at just the good things. But actually reality is just a mixture of these two. That's why we say that it's a sort of illusion. I mean, you kind of interpret reality the way you want to interpret it. All right. So it's really understanding those sort of things. So we talk about the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. You start to look at your thought patterns, your belief system, and then you should also be keeping a check on your actions. Meaning, how do you recalibrate the brain? Okay, you can look at your belief system and actually replace those belief system by new belief system, which will actually produce good results right now. So for example, if deep down you realize that you think that you don't deserve love, so you need to replace that thinking pattern by actually telling yourself. So that's where affirmations come into place, by telling yourself that you do deserve love. You are unique. You deserve to have the right people you can trust in your life. If you keep telling you this and you're convinced by it, so you feel the right emotions also when you say those things, then you change the frequency of your body. Then you start to attract the kind of people you have in your life. Because if I look at my own life, if I rewind 5 years ago, the kind of people I had in my life are completely different from the kind of people I have right now. But that's because I completely changed my frequency level, the kind of things I believe in. And this is why, it's simply because of this. So, and you have the ability to do that too. So once you do this, you realize that your life is going to change. But just having affirmation, just telling things to yourself, don't do the whole trick. It's not enough. What you need to do is you need to complement the affirmations, the things you tell to yourself, by massive action. You need to do things. You need to do things if you want to improve your life. So, for example, just thinking that, thinking about exercise is very important. I need to exercise. If you just tell that to yourself, you understand it in a theoretical way, but you actually don't run, don't walk, don't do the exercise. Nothing will happen. All right. So it's the same thing with trying to change your life. So if you really spot the thinking pattern, you know it's there, and you tell positive affirmations to you every day, that I really take care of myself, I love myself, and those things. But once you go to work, you actually neglect your body, and then there's no point, there's no use. So what you really need to do is you need to live as per the affirmations you're saying. And obviously it takes practice, it takes time. You won't get it the first time, but you really need to do the things which are important to you. Like for me, just being a meditation teacher was like a thought, right? It was a thought 5 years ago, and then gradually it was built. I started to visualize how, or what kind of teacher I would be. For example, how I would be talking to people, what would be my coaching style, and what are the things I really want to communicate to people, what are the things I really want to teach. So these were thoughts in the mind, and then gradually I developed the skills to actually match that vision. So the way I speak, the way I do public speaking, the way I organize workshops, the way I do one-on-one training. So these skills were developed. So there was a lot of massive action plan with trying things not working and some things working. And then you learn, and then you execute, and then it works. So just thinking about it and having the right emotions won't attract the things you want to attract in your life. You actually need to do a lot every day, consistently. And it's also about doing things when people don't trust you, when people think that it won't work. It's actually believing in yourself, even if others don't. and keep doing for a long time till things work out. So that's basically the main things you need to know if you really want to change your life, if you really want to manifest things. So I'm just going to wrap up by doing a quick summary of what we've discussed. So we discussed about the conscious mind, so the one you're using right now to communicate, to do. Be really aware what's going on in the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, which is about your belief systems, the things you believe about yourself, your perspective of the world. Keep a check on your actions, whatever you're doing every day. Be accountable for whatever you're doing every day, your actions, and then massive action plan. If you want to attract certain things in your life, you need to put in a lot of effort. You actually need to do things. All right. So these are the main things I wanted to talk to you about, which I think are very important because myself, I've been using those things to manifest the life I currently have right now. And I know it works. So that's why I'm sharing it. All right. So I hope that you found it interesting. And next week, we're going to talk about something else. So till then, bye-bye. Take care.